What's going on, guys? The Real D-Lo here, and we are back. And today we are talking about the Ford F-150 Lighting, specifically the XLT variant. Every time I drive this truck, this is my truck, every time I drive it, I get a lot of the same questions. And so I'm going to make a video, and I'm going to answer those questions. So first and foremost, how long have I had my truck? Let's do this. I'm going to walk around the truck. And I'm going to get into the driver's side real quick. All right, so here's my truck. I'm going to get in. See my mileage? Zoom in. Let me get in close for you guys. 10,045 miles. I just crossed 10,000 miles. All right. I feel like I'm qualified to speak on this truck. Oop, that's a little bright. There we go. After 10,000 miles of driving it, I ordered this on the day it came out. The absolute first day that this ever came out, I ordered this truck. I believe that they announced it in like April of 2021, if I recall correctly. I put in an order in the first 5 minutes of that ordering window. And in the first 5 minutes, I was set that I was going to buy this truck. So I did. So I took delivery of this in August of 22. Nope, excuse me, I'm sorry. Let me think, hold on. Yeah, August of 22, a year and a half after I placed the order, okay? A year and a half after I placed the order, I took delivery of this truck. So I've owned it for over 2 years. It's my daily driver. The only thing I've ever done to it is tint the windows. You can see the windows tint. That's it. It's the only thing I've ever done to this truck. Tinted the windows. And I've driven it 10,000 miles in 2 years. Yes, a lot of people are saying, oh my God, you only drive 5,000 miles a year. Yeah, I live like a few miles from my work, and I drive this everywhere. So let's talk about it. I'm gonna save a lot of people some trouble right now. Do I like my truck? Yes. Do I regret buying my truck? No. Do I love it? Do I love driving it every day? Yes. Would I ever go back to a gas unless I had to? No. I love my EV. I love this truck. This truck is freaking awesome. I've talked to other owners, and they all love them too. The stuff you see online and all the hate, it's situational. So let's put it in perspective. I'm not going to go over all the specs or whatever of this truck, because you should all know that by now. But I'll tell you what, if you want to get a bunch of old men excited, wait a minute, that sounds weird. Whatever. If you want to have a conversation with an old dude, pull in the parking lot of Costco or wherever and pop your hood. And you get the frunk. And everyone knows about the frunk. We've seen videos of the frunk. I use this thing all the time, guys. All the time. I always use this. I put all my stuff from Costco in here. Sometimes I use the bottom. See, look, there's even a receipt from Costco. Literally, that's a receipt from Costco. Not even joke. You couldn't even stage that better. I put my stuff here. When I go grocery shopping, I do this. I put everything in the frunk. I love the frunk of this truck. I love it. I use it all the time. Push this button and it'll drop it down. So that's a way to start any conversation with any old dude. Or if you want attention for whatever reason, open that sucker in a crowded parking lot. People are going to talk to you. So let's just put that out there. Driving experience. Number one, I feel so comfortable when I'm sitting and driving this truck. So very comfortable. It's awesome. And you can see right now I have 90% charge. It's fast. It's responsive. The steering's wonderful. It's very comfortable. Everything they've done in the cockpit, it's really nice. All the digital displays. Here, I'll turn it on. Everything right in front of you is super nice. I use the comm screen a lot, so let's click the comm screen. It looks like this. This is what I use mine. It's got everything you need. It's got your mileage, your battery, the temperature outside. Yes, it's very hot outside, and it's frickin' the end of September. Your miles, your little lane indicator, compass, and your mileage, and that your door. Here, I'll shut my door for this. So I think it's got everything. So I use the comm, and the controls are great. Everything's great over here. I love it. I love this truck. I love everything about driving it every day. So I am 1,000% on board with saying I would recommend this to anyone for specific use cases. Also, if you haven't checked out the new Blink-182 album is really good. That's what I got on the list there. The Android Auto, the navigation, everything here works awesome. Love it. Climate control, this guy, the shifter being down here instead of up here is awesome. The push button start's great. All this space down here, the middle console, the seats are so comfortable. This is a power seat, so it's got the controls right down there. I'll tell you what, I love this truck, and I am so happy I made the purchase. So let's just say that. But now let's talk about some negatives, because everyone loves negatives. Well, hold on. I also love how big the back is here. I just get my dog up. It's a little dirty because I let my dog up here. My dog pops in, and he has this whole back space available. And I have this is how I have it like 90% of the time. It's just a big EV. So before I get to the negatives, let's talk about the positives. This is an EV. In my town, it's 14 cents a kilowatt. Okay? It's about 100 kilowatt battery. I have the smaller battery. I think it's like 94 kilowatts or something. To charge this truck from 0 to full, let's call it $14. $14. The way I charge once a week, and it's $14 to fill up. Okay? I averaged it out, and I did my bill, and I looked at it, and it appears to me that I spend about $50 a month to drive this as my daily driver. Worst case scenario, $50. Some months when I drive light, I drive this truck for $30 a month. Okay? That's how much it costs me to fill up, and that's my charge. So for me, point A to point B, work, family, I'll tell you what, that's great. That's cheap. Downside, in California, they charge you by weight. It's $1,000 a year to register. I think it's like $1,300 or no. Let me think. Hold on. It was right at about $1,000, like $975 because it's so damn heavy. Now, when you're driving it, the weight in the center makes it feel. You've seen all the videos. I don't need to go through it, but the weight in the feel really balances it, and it's awesome, and it handles spectacular. I love how this truck handles. It handles like a car, honestly. So, now let's talk about the negatives and who the truck's for and who the truck's not for. Who's it for? It's for me. It's for people who want a commuter. It's for people who want a truck without the gas cost. It's for people who want a full-size truck that's quiet, that's quick, that's responsive, that is easy because you just charge it at your house. It's for somebody who doesn't go on long trips. It's for somebody who doesn't tow things more than 100 miles. Okay? And I'll get into that in a second. But overall, for me, I love this truck, and it's perfect, and I won't get rid of it until I don't need it anymore. It's paid off. I paid it off in about a year and a half. And now it's just sitting here, and it costs me $50 a month and then $1,000, and that's it. I've serviced it one time. They rotated the tires, and they checked stuff out. I've had one recall. The back camera was recalled, but mine never actually had any issues, so I never actually was affected. So I say, Ford has recalls. Well, I had one, and it didn't affect me. The service, there's no service. There's almost no service so far through 10,000 miles. You rotate the tires, but that's the same as any car, so it's not worth mentioning. I've done nothing. I bought this for like 55 grand. I got $10,000 back. So I was in it about $45,000. Sold my old truck for like 30 and then paid off the rest. That's it. I own a truck. Love my truck. My wife loves my truck. Everyone who rides in this loves my truck. People ask me all the time, so they do love it. Yeah, I love it, dude. I love it. I don't want any other truck. This is my truck. I love it. I'm not going back. Look at this beautiful day we got here. It's a walking trail. I bike down that trail sometimes. It's a walking, biking trail. There's some rolling mountains in the back. There's a nice little neighborhood over here. It's a beautiful, beautiful little area. Nice day. A little warm, but overall pretty nice. So, anyways, back to the truck. Now let's talk about the negatives. Everybody loves the negatives in 2024. Let's complain about things. Me personally, I don't have any complaints. I guess I have one complaint, and it's that I could have spent more money to buy the bigger battery, okay? That's probably my number one complaint. Long distance trips. I took one. No. I've driven on one trip that maxed out my mileage. I drove 250 miles. I have a 230 mile range. I did it in the cold. At about 180 miles, I had to stop and charge. Took me about 30 minutes on the charger to get all the way back up to where I wanted to be. Finished my trip, did everything around the city, charged on the way back, came home. Mildly inconvenient because you've got to plan in. It takes a little more time. Chargers are the number one issue with EVs, not EVs themselves. No political crap. It's just simple facts. The infrastructure in California is okay, but it's not good enough for everyone to own an EV. We're not anywhere close, okay? As an EV owner, I acknowledge that. I've experienced that. And here's the problems. You go to do your truck and plug it in and charge it. Guess what? One of the chargers is down. You go to the next one, it's down. Now there's only two open. And guess what? They're both in use and their people are gone. So you're sitting there with no charger. You have to wait. Luckily for me, I've never really been in that situation where there was a problem. One time in Chico, California, we had to wait at a Bank of America parking lot for about 15 or 20 minutes because there was a line. Okay? After I got it, I plugged in my truck. I went to eat. I watched my timer on my phone. When it hit 80%, I went back, pulled my truck off. We went home. That's it. So, would I recommend this truck for everybody? No. Would I recommend it for people like me? Yes. If you drive long trips all the time, I have a friend who lives in Northern California and travels to Southern California. Do not buy an EV. Hell no. No way. If you're going to be driving that much all the time, do not buy an EV. No way. Inconvenient. Terrible. If you're someone who has a boat or a trailer, do not buy an EV. They're not for you. They're not there yet. I don't care which EV it is, ain't there yet. You're going to half your mileage just like a real gas engine halves their mileage or a diesel halves their mileage. When you're pulling, you get less gas mileage. That is gas, diesel, or EV. So when I'm starting at 230 mile range and I'm towing a boat behind me, which can be done with ease, by the way, tow's amazing. But I'm going to cut that in half. And then you've got to worry about back and forth. So let's say you're 25 miles out. That's 50 miles round trip to get to the lake, right? I have 200 miles. 50 miles, you got to cut off the top right away because, well, you're gonna need to get back and forth, right? So that's 50 miles. So now you're only dealing with about 150 miles total range. You're going to slash that in half. Now I'm only dealing with 75 miles in range. It's going to destroy your battery, even just towing a little bit back and forth. That is the negative. But if you live in an area like me where the lakes are 10, 15 miles away, you could own an EV and take your boat back and forth, no problems. No problems. If you're taking it a long distance or you want to take a trailer to another state, buy a diesel. Knock it off. Buy a diesel. Stop wasting everybody's time. Are EVs bad? Nope. Do I love my EV? Yep. Is it a superior driving experience? Hell yeah. This is better. The instant torque, the throttle responsiveness, the balance of the vehicle as center of gravity is so low and nice. Is it comfortable? Yes. Is it quiet? Yes. Does it do everything I want it to do? Hell yeah. I love my Ford Lightning F-150, and I've had it for 2 years, and I plan to have it for 2 to 3 more years because that'll be 5 years of ownership. It'll be under warranty the entire time of the 5 years. I will probably only get to about 50,000 miles. No, I'm sorry, about 30,000 miles after 5 years. And I don't care about resale. That's not why I bought this. I bought this because I wanted it. It has lost a little value like most vehicles do, but it lost a little more when I checked my book. Again, not relevant to me, but something to consider if you're trying to test it out for a short amount of time. These are the original tires. They got 10,000 miles on them. Seem to be doing good. The rims aren't very good, but honestly, I don't really give a crap anymore. I'm going to be honest. I just drive it. Like, I don't need to make it look fancy or upgrade or do a stereo, any of that garbage. Just, I wanted a truck. I want to drive a truck. I've taken it off-road a little bit, not a lot, a little bit. Does great, handles wonderful. All-wheel drive works wonderful on it. The 360 cam is amazing. It's easy to charge. I charge at my house 95% of the time. I love this truck, guys. That's it. So there's my review of my Ford F1 Lightning, my Ford F-150 Lightning XLT after 2 years of ownership and putting 10,000 miles and driving this every day for 2 years. I've driven this every day for 2 years. I love my truck. I would recommend it to people who like a truck over a car, who are interested in a bigger EV. There's a lot of space. This is one of the biggest EVs on the market, except for I think the Hummer. I think the interior space outclasses the Rivian slightly, and I think it's on par with the Cybertruck. Cybertruck, I see them driving around. I think they're ugly as crap. But hey, if you like it, more power to you. Go buy a Cybertruck. Personally, I think they look horrible, and I'm not interested in them. I love this because it looks like a truck. Half the people don't even know I have an EV. And then you pull up to the line, and so if somebody ever tries to get tough that isn't in an EV, you can just pull ahead of them easily. The off the line is ridiculous on these. It's amazing. So that's it. I just wanted to share my thoughts. Who is it for? Daily commute? Heck yes. People who have cheap electricity. If you have solar and you can wash your energy, oh my gosh, and it's no cost to you, I would buy this in a heartbeat. Who is it not for? People who tow, people who travel long distances, and people who have very expensive, like living on PG&E in the boondocks with no solar. Don't do it. This is going to be expensive. It'll be very similar to a gas. So there you go. If you have any questions about my Ford F-150 Lightning, feel free to ask. That's it. I've showed you. There's not much more to it. You guys I'm sure you've seen videos on this. This can't be your first time seeing one. The only thing I did is I bought the bed liner, the Ford bed liner. I like that little Ford logo, and I thought they did a good job putting it in. Trying to think what else. The backup cam is here. We got 2 of them. You have a 360 cam. Whoops, sorry. Yeah, I can see it. 360 cam, backup cam. It's got sonar built in on the XLT, so when you back up, it beeps. I like the lights. The rims are fine. The running boards with the lights are awesome. The keypad's cool. I don't really use it, but I have like a couple times. It's got this helps with the 360 cam. It's got the blinkers. These fold in, which is awesome. Charging ports here. It's really easy to charge. Also, I have a Tesla adapter coming. So when the Tesla adapter comes, I'm going to try that. And we're going to have a whole new network available to us. So, the front light, this guy is pretty cool. I actually kind of like it. And when you see other people, you know they're in a Lightning because the bar lights up. Front sonar, front cam. The camera for the front's right here. It's got cool little, poles. So you can, if you ever need to tow it, which I have not had to do it yet. And that's it, guys. So anyways, that's it. I wanted to make a video just talking about my Ford F-150 Lightning for a long time. I love my truck. If there's any other owners with similar experiences, let me know. If you just want to go, I'm sure I'm going to get some, probably not because I'm not big and maybe this will be seen by like 1,000 people or something. But there'll be the political and the anti-EV people making comments and, oh, this can't tow. Yeah, don't buy it if you're going to tow, idiot. Do your research. Don't buy this if you're going to drive long distance. Why would you do that? Go buy a hybrid. I had a friend just buy a Honda Civic hybrid because they don't need a truck. And they drive a lot of miles, like 25,000 a year. Do you know how much charging that would be if you don't do it at home? It would be way too much charging. If you could charge every day at home, sure, that'd be great. But if you're going to be driving up and down the freeway and long distances, don't buy this truck. That's it. It's real simple. Otherwise, love it, recommend it, not going to get rid of it. If something ever happens, I will make a video sharing my negative experience. But right now, personally, I don't have any negative experiences. So that's it. Have a great day. Like the video if you thought this was it all interesting or entertaining or whatever, informative. Consider subscribing. I'm going to start trying to do more informational content on things, on products and reviews that I like. Try to simplify my life a little bit and maybe do some more videos. And comment down below what you think of the Ford F-150 Lighting. And enjoy the scenery. Have a good day. Peace.